What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Twisted Life of TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap and review of The Toxic Man of Detroit and the Women Who Love Him, also known as Love and Marriage Detroit. Episode 2 had something to do with wine and drama, child. I don't even know what the title was, and you may not even see the title nowhere on the channel at all. Anywho, I know y'all was thinking Poetry done gave up on this show already. You know, I could understand the sentiment, but no, for real, I was just having issues with my voice. My camera is falling. What the hell is going on? Pause. I don't know what the heck was going on, child, but I'm not finna start that video over. I'm not finna start it over. So let's get right into it. I am here. I'm just late. I've been having, if y'all watch my Travel and Talk Tuesday, y'all know I've been dealing with acute acid reflux. It's basically where I'm not really refluxing or regurgitating, but the acids are coming up out of my stomach and it's literally burning my throat. So I had to get some of my voice back. I got my mic turned up. Hope y'all hear me thoroughly. And until I can lose some motherfucking weight, it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute so I can cuss. Until I can lose some weight, I'm probably going to be dealing with this problem for a minute. But your girl finna get it back down. We finna get it together. I got my cup right now because usually I'll be drinking my water and y'all heard a bottle crunching and everything. This is not an ASMR channel. So I got my water so y'all won't be hearing it all in the video. We pick up right where we left off last week at the anniversary dinner where Kristina is blowing things out of proportion because she is finding out about Brandon's new artist that he just signed. Now, if y'all didn't notice the last week, Kristina already knew it was a girl. Because when he was in the studio recording and she called him, giving a phone call, she said, "Oh, you got a new artist? Is she working on a new album?" He never said whether it was a male or a female. She knew it was a girl. And the fact that he being secretive about it, that's what is giving her pause. Now, Russell is here right now telling Kolby that she out of pocket for even bringing it up. That this wasn't the place for her to say anything. But Russell, they were sitting there discussing his past history and why his wife don't trust him, and it had something to do with a previous artist. So bringing up a new artist, why is that not relevant right now? I think it was relevant to the conversation. I really think it was relevant to the conversation. Anywho, Anthony was like asking, how the hell does Kolby know? Which also meant that Anthony knew too. So not only did Russell know, Brandon also confided in Anthony, which LaToya probably knew at this particular point in time as well. Kristina is most likely the only one who didn't know what the heck her husband was doing. Brandon is keeping secrets from his wife, y'all. Brandon is the one that's keeping secrets, okay? Everybody else knew. Brandon the chose keep secrets from her. And these men are sitting here trying to cover for him. That's exactly what they're doing. So it's not Kolby's fault that dinner is being ruined. It's Brandon's fault. Then Anthony told Russell he need to learn to shut the hell up. At first, I thought he was telling Russell that his wife need to learn to shut up, because he said sometimes you gotta learn how to shut up, or you need to know when they're not talking, speak like that right there. But he wasn't. He was talking to Russell because Russell was like, bruh, come on, man. He said you need to know how to shut up. Don't be communicating with your wife. We don't want that around her. That's not what we doing. Okay, that's not what I taught you in our lesson. So Brandon gets all in a little tizzy and he storms away like a narcissist would do. You know, somebody that's manipulating the situation, trying to make himself the victim right here. He storms away. You know, Kristina's still like, bruh, how I gotta find out from somebody else? Why you didn't come tell me? Okay, especially knowing our history and our past. Why I gotta find out from somebody else? Why everybody else know but me, right? So he comes back and but while he was gone, he was saying that he needed to figure out a way to calm the situation because Kristina is flying off the handle right now. Okay, he need to figure out a way to manipulate the situation. My words, not his. But that's basically what he's doing, okay? So he comes back and tries to talk to her. She clearly like, I need a moment. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I cannot stand for people to do that. If I say I need a fucking moment, I need a fucking moment. Don't be trying to grab me to force me to have a conversation with you. And that's exactly what he was doing, right? Funny thing is, like I said, Kolby never said that it was a female artist. But since he keep it a secret, we all know. And that's why he acting this way, okay? Brandon trying to blame it on Kolby. Like, Kolby blowing up my spot. Kolby the one that did this. Kolby the one trying to start trouble between us. Nah, nigga, that's you. That's you, okay? Now I'm back over on the blanket because we still out here in the lavender fields. Russell telling Kolby, you shouldn't have said anything. Should have kept that to yourself. But I'm with Kolby, okay? He should have told his wife. Why she don't know? Okay? Because, I mean, when you told me, you didn't tell me like it was a secret. That's all you said is that he got a new artist. I would assume that his wife know he got a new artist. So, you know, how's it my fault? Then Anthony threw it back at Russell. Dog, you should not have said nothing, okay? You should not have said nothing. You should have been keeping secrets from your wife too, is what Anthony was basically telling him. And all Russell could say is, bruh, what? Bruh, what? These men are gutter snipes. They gutter snipes, y'all. They gutter snipes. And I would say Anthony is the dirtiest one, but I don't know, something about the crazy thing about Anthony. He gets under my damn skin, y'all. Oh, he gets under my skin. But I be agreeing with him sometimes. Because he seemed kind of two-faced. Is he a Gemini? I'm a Gemini, so I can say that. No, that's a Taurus. He might be a Taurus. Them Tauruses be lying straight to your face and then agree with you in the same breath. Geminis be, they ain't gonna put that on Geminis. They ain't gonna put that on Gems. Anyway, Russell gonna fuck around and cause problems in his own marriage. Listen to Anthony. Okay, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. And as far as Kristina and Brandon go, she is tired of him keeping her out of the loop of his business affairs. Like I said last week, he ain't got to tell you shit about his business. But considering y'all been married for all these years, 11 years, and you've already had issues with him working with the artist before, okay, then it will be commonsensical. I know that's not a word, but it would be commonsensical for him to come to you and say, hey, babe, I'm finna sign a new artist. Bada, bada, boom. So that way you won't find out in the streets from nobody else. Okay? He says, it ain't even a big deal. It ain't even a big deal. It's not a big deal if this was only a one-time situation. Kristina sat there and said that you do this often. When it comes to business matters, you leave me out of things like I'm not important. You hide things that got to do with the business for me all the time. Not necessarily about an artist that you mess around with, but you always keep your business and me separate, like I'm not a part of your life, like I'm secondary, like I don't matter, like my opinions don't matter. And he said, well, that's because every time I bring something to you, 90% of the time you tell me that you don't like it, you don't agree with it, you know what I'm saying? Look, this motherfucker had the audacity to tell her in so many words, it's your fault that it's like this. Okay, he said, I was miserable being married to you. Miserable, that's the word he used. I was miserable being married to you. I had one foot out the door. So my dick followed. I'm ad-libbing that part, okay? Because you ain't gonna make me believe that this was all over just some fucking conversation. He fucked that girl. Okay, anywho. He basically told her, you should be grateful I stayed with your ass because I didn't even want to be here. That's basically what he told her. Basically, right? But he said, but I learned from that. So I should have told you. I should have said something. But did you actually learn? Did you actually learn? I don't think you did. What did you learn, huh? You said you was one foot out the door. What did you actually learn? I'm going to tell you what he learned. He learned he's not supposed to leave that shit on the text message. He's supposed to delete it. That's what he learned. That's the only thing that he learned, child. We talk about that a little bit later on in this doggone recap and review. Anyway, if you was miserable and you was the one that was one foot out the door, there was no lesson that you learned. Except his apology that he gave her, Kristina, I hope you know that was fake. That apology was fake. It was fake. It was fake, right? He was just saying what he needed to say to calm you the fuck down. And it worked, okay? In his confessional, he had even said, I am just trying to figure out a way to cool her off, okay? He says, oh, You right, baby. I'm so sorry. I should have talked to you. That's what I should have done, right? And she like, okay, baby, don't do it again. I know I'm not happy with the situation, but we can let it go for now. And then they go frolicking off in the lavender fields, holding hands and kissing and dancing and all that stuff like that. That's what they did, right? The band starts to sing. The band has been standing out there all fucking night, just listen to this argument. Ain't hummed the ditty other than when they first walked in. They gonna let them hum a chord or two right now because they really didn't sing shit. I think they sing the word, hey. I think that's the only thing they sung, y'all. And they pretending like everything is everything, right? So Brandon even had the audacity to say that he didn't feel like he was wrong at all. Okay, proof that apology didn't mean shit. That's exactly what it means. I wonder how she feeling right now. Kristina, you watch, girl. How does it feel right now watching that back to hear him say he was just trying to cool you off? He don't feel like he did any wrong. How do you swallow that apology right now watching this back? Okay. He also, what did he say? That's her issue to heal. I'm just gonna help her through her healing. Baby, girl. Couldn't be me. I mean, it has been me though. I can't even lie. I was with a motherfucker that gaslit the shit out of me for a long time. But now I know better. Kristina, you 40 years old. Well, you've been with him since you was 29. You may not have had a lot of experience before him. Girl. And dare I say she look good for 40. She look good. She do. She look like a teenager. That's what I'm saying. You know, I ain't saying 40 old because I'm 50. Shit, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying 40 old. She looks good. Okay, anywho. I realize the problem now that is going to brew between Kristina and Kolby with the social media collab. That problem is Brandon. Trust and believe me when I tell you, he is going to be the one to encourage Kristina to not want to work with Kolby. Trust me when I tell you that he is a nigga scorned. He's a tit-for-tat ass type of dude, even when he in the wrong. Men with man buns. I'm telling you, one day I'm gonna give y'all a history about the men with man buns and why I feel this way about that. Watch this motherfucker work. Trust me, he's the one that's gonna be causing problems between Kristina and Kolby. And the way that they wrote up their little bio was like, the men is gonna start having beef because the wives are having beef. No, the wives are having beef because of Brandon. Trust and believe that. And so we finally get to the other couples, right? Because like I say, the first episode had all to do with Kristina and Brandon for the most part. As far as Russell and Kolby go, Russell wants to be a minister, a bishop, a father, a pastor. What else they call him? Man on the cloth, right? He said it's the Lord's work. He didn't ask for this life. He ain't choose none of it. He doing what God said to do. God put it on his heart, right? He started school 2 weeks ago and he just now telling Kolby. Now they hear her talking about Brandon and Kristina's situation and she up here already explaining how she don't like to not be communicated to, and then this is the shit that he drop on her. He been in school for 2 weeks now. How you hide going to school? Where you been telling your wife you going? Okay, so of course they get into a little argument about that too, because she feels some kind of way because he didn't communicate to her. On top of the fact, like I said, she's already a preacher's kid and she didn't want to be a first lady. Okay, but this is the path he going. These men move with the mindset of, I'm gonna do what I want to do and not ask for permission right now, because it's going to be better to ask for forgiveness later. That's the mindset that they going for. And it's not what he's doing. Like I said, that's her main issue. It's just the fact. I mean, it's an issue, but it's the fact that he didn't communicate to her. That's the biggest issue right now. With all three of these relationships, communication is key. And that's what they seem to be lacking. Okay, it's like I said, she's standing there pressing him about Brandon's need to communicate to her friend Kristina. How do you think that she was supposed to feel about this? Well, he's taking it as she's being defensive. She's being defensive. She missing his point. Granted, she did miss his point. Let me explain to you what his point is in case you missed it too. I told you something, right? And the fact that you brought it up in front of everybody in the fashion that we did, in the atmosphere that we were in. You know, they were having a tense moment about something that he did in his past. The fact that you brought that up right then, that's making me look bad in front of my boys. It's making me look like I can't be trusted with my male friends. Like they can't tell me anything because I'm going to run back and tell you. That's the point that she missed altogether, right? So she like, you know, as she debating about the communication thing, she said, what else dark secrets you had for me? Well, he thinking about buying the gym that he go work out in. And she like, why am I just now hearing about this? Let me tell you, Kolby, this is why you just not hearing about this, right? Because most men want to have their ducks in a row, or seemingly have their ducks in a row, before they let their girl know what's going on. Because most chicks, they want to know that they man got a plan. Not just the idea, not just the dream. They want to know that he got a plan. So what he's trying to do is make sure his plan looks solid before he presents the idea to you. He really don't want your input on how to go about obtaining this gym or how to run the gym or nothing like that. That's why he already cut her off in the beginning. I'm not going to even be the one to manage that. We can hire a manager. You know what I'm saying? He letting her know, I don't really need your input. I just want your support. That's what he's saying in this particular moment. Now, depending on where they stand financially, I'm not seeing why this is a problem. Kolby said that this don't seem like this is a good idea right at this moment. Why not? Is there something going on financially that you couldn't afford to get this gym? On top of the fact that he decided to go to divinity school and didn't tell you? Okay. Because based off of what I'm hearing, this is a gym he's already attending. So they're already established, so it's not going to be a startup. They already have a clientele. So he ain't got to do mass marketing and try to get people into this place. It's just going to be under new ownership. So I really don't see an issue with this. I think you should really hear him out about this gym. The one thing that I disliked about this whole conversation is, y'all know, like I said, I'm not a church girl. Don't fucking Bible thump me to try to discipline me as your wife, to try to make me be submissive to your ideas. He up here throwing out Bible scriptures and quotes and shit to her about her behavior. Ooh, child, that really burns my bottom. One of my characters in my book regrets. One day I'm going to get this book out to you guys, and like the main character in the book, her daddy is Reverend, and he browbeats the shit out of her with Bible verses and about how she not being she not showing up in her marriage based off of these Bible verses. And that's exactly what Russell is doing right now. But he forgot the verse that said a man is supposed to love his woman as Christ loved the church. Okay, that's with a caring and unselfish love. And right now, Russell, you are being selfish. I mean, I think that she should go ahead and rock with you on this gym situation, but you are being selfish. Let's be clear on that. I don't know much about the Bible, but I know that part. Okay, I'm out of water already. So here we go. Back over to Brandon and Kristina's. They just moved. The anniversary dinner was yesterday. And she said after a rough night and them moving, she needed to call on the Lord. I told her they was going to incorporate the Lord all in through this show. Okay. I was like, it's the day after they moved. They ain't even got furniture together, whatever. I get it now. I understand. I keep asking myself, how do these fucking women end up with these men? How do they get to the point of marriage? Because if they have been this way this entire time, how, Sway? How did you get there? I understand now. They are all staying with these toxic ass individuals with these toxic mindsets because the Bible told them so. There's so many good things about them that makes it easy for them to stay. So many things about them that the Bible is saying that they should be as a person, as a wife, that they are overlooking these men's toxic qualities to the point that they just gonna deal with it. You know what I'm saying? They just gonna deal with it. And yes, I'm judging. I'm judging, okay? And the next thing out of Brandon's mouth, oh God. First of all, he likened Kolby to a bug. A little insect, a gnat that needs to be swatted the fuck away, right? He was like, speaking of insects, speaking of bugs, Kolby, your girl, Kolby, all up in our doggone business trying to set it off, right? Basically, he telling her that she hating. She hating on you. he tells Kristina, not only is she trying to throw salt in our marriage, everything that you are, everything that you're doing, she biting off you. I was like, what? He really saying that she jealous. That's basically what he's saying. And she just being messy because she want what we have. That's what Brandon was saying in so many doggone words. No accountability, Brandon. Come on now. Okay. He takes no accountability for his action in his marriage. And he is going to be the splinter that's going to come into between Kristina and Kolby's relationship. I'm telling y'all, watch and see. Watch and see. At least at this point right now, Kristina is like, yeah, you know, I don't feel that kind of way about my girl. That is my girl. He's like, I know you're trying to be her mentor and everything, but she's like, what is he, swagger jacking you? Kristina say, I am an influencer. That's what I do. I influence people. What influencers do is get people to do what they doing. Okay, so she don't feel no kind of way about that right now. And she was like, are you just saying this because she busted you out? Yes, that's exactly why he's saying it. That's exactly why he's saying it. And he like, yeah, that's it. He's trying to say it in a sarcastic tone, but he meant that shit. And like I told you earlier, Anthony turns my stomach. And I'm blaming my acid reflux on him. When he comes on the screen, I instantly want to throw up, and I'm not speaking figuratively. I be serious sometimes, y'all. So Latoya, you know, she getting ready for her wine tasting for her opulence wine, and he makes a comment that none of his ugly friends are attending because he wanted to be a beautiful event. Now, the way that they edited that, it made it seem like he was speaking specifically about Brandon. And I know it wasn't, but they still had me rolling my eyes. It's like, he don't want the event to be ugly, so he ain't inviting no ugly people. You would think you want the event to be successful, so you're inviting people that got money. That's what you should have been focusing on right there, bro. That's what you should have been focusing on. Anyway, it's still discriminatory either way it goes, but it's more logical to say that I don't want the ugly people to show up instead of I don't want the poor people to show up. He, however, believes that Kolby was just trying to hold Kristina down and make sure that her girl understood the truth about what was going on. He ain't see nothing wrong with that. His problem was Russell's loose lips. Okay, Latoya tried to bring him on back to reality and tell him, look at all, this was all Brandon. It ain't got nothing to do with Kolby, ain't got nothing to do with Russell. It's with Brandon not communicating with his wife. The same problem me and you having. Okay, and like I told y'all before, I said this in the casting video, I said this last week. There was a lie about her not knowing he was going to damn Atlanta. This man ain't just take off to no fucking Atlanta and she didn't know. He said in the confessional, I talked to you. You said it was okay. It was after I got there that it became a problem. And I think that's why they made a point to show at the beginning that she was saying that when he was gone for the 8 months that she was having a hard time with raising the kids by herself and taking care of the family by herself, and she really appreciate how much stuff he really does for her. I think that's why they was trying to make that point, because they just trying to clear up. She knew he was going to Atlanta. He didn't just take off to Atlanta for this job. He probably made the decision that he wanted to take the job without consulting her, but he didn't just leave without her consent. Okay. Anywho, we off to Bravo's club. If y'all don't remember Bravo, he was in the very first episode at the Father's dinner, right? Or Father's Day lunch. And Brandon mentions that Kristina don't want him up in the club because a Christian man. A Christian man should not be up in no doggone club. Okay? But who walks up in the club? None other than Bishop Russell. I don't know what he's going to be. He's going to be an ordained minister. What's the difference between the bishop and the minister? I don't know, child. And so we trying to figure out, like, what the heck is Russell doing up in the club, you know? If he, the good Christian man, ain't supposed to be here. Now, no accountability, Brandon. He's so damn weak of a human that he can't even take a look at the waitress for fear his dick gonna get hard and get to wandering. That's what he feared right there. He's so fucking weak-minded. A real strong man who's strong in his marriage, which we already know he ain't strong in his marriage, and strong in self-control, which we already know he ain't strong on self-control. He can still appreciate the beauty of another person without being full of lust. Apparently Brandon can't do that, right? Apparently he can't. Nobody else was tripping off the damn waitress. The girl was thick with it. Ass up a pow. You know what I'm saying? One day I'm gonna get mine back like that. She looked good, okay? Wasn't nobody else tripping off of her but Brandon. He's sitting there like this. So fucking immature, so fucking childish. It don't make no damn sense. Apparently he don't know how to have self-control. He don't know how to not lust after a woman. And then he said he definitely has to focus on not her, because Anthony will go back and say something. I was quite for sure thinking he meant to say Russell, but no, he said Anthony will go back and say something. I was like, well, okay, so Anthony snitching and Russell snitching. Well, he didn't tell Kristina again where he was going. This is a big secret, and Kristina always happens to call when he doing something that he ain't told her to do. Okay, and she said, "Yeah, I bet y'all out there watching booty shake, right?" Here's Bravo's voice. I'm like, is that Bravo? What he doing there, right? And Bravo like, ain't no booty shaking up in my club. He like, no, cut it down, shut it down. Why you still lying, dog? Why you still lying to your wife? I don't understand. Why you put her on speakerphone? Okay, it don't make no damn sense. And I'm not sure if Kristina just planned it up for the cameras or she really dances a can of mushroom soup. But you don't hear all this secular music playing in the background. First he told you was eating, and then he says, "No, we at the church. Let the church say amen." And she's like, "Praise and thank you, God, hallelujah." You know, that's what. Yeah, I'm like, what? She all in the background. Shut up about her nuts. She all doing that. Come on, girl. You ain't that dense. You ain't that dense. If you playing it up for the cameras, you ain't doing it. You ain't making it come across as believable. Okay, because I can't believe you this stupid. I can't believe it. Okay, anywho. Anthony's sitting there like, did he really just sit here and tell his wife that lie? He just sit here and lied to his wife. Like, he's in total shock, total amazement. And Russell like, shit, it's a booty shaking up in here. Yes, it is. Some girl over there tired twerking in the corner or something like that. And then, Bravo was like, damn, if you gonna tell a lie, at least tell me what the lie is so I can lie right along with you. That's how all these people feeling, right? Kristina make the comment that, don't take too long, babe. I'm at home. I'm bored. You know what I'm saying? Like this. That's a hint. Brothers, if you didn't know that, that's like bring your ass home. I got the goodies waiting for you, okay? Okay. Russell knew what it meant. He was like, shit, if my wife said she was at home bored, I wouldn't still be up in here with them. I'd be at the crib, okay? She rests to go. The fuck? What y'all talking about? So Bravo was like, okay, so I guess we ain't finna take this fellas trip then, right? How you gonna do a showcase when you can't even get out the house? And Russell was like, showcase? Russell didn't know about this showcase. I told y'all that too. I told y'all during that casting video, they was going to do a doggone showcase so they could introduce this doggone artist whose name is Nisha, by the way, right? Brandon and Anthony. I said that. Remember my words. Brandon and Anthony was going to do this showcase to introduce this artist. And I was like, I bet Kristina and LaToya didn't know this either, but they did. At least based on the wine tasting thing, it seemed like they knew because they brought it up and they didn't have a reaction to the fact that they was doing a showcase. So Anthony said, since we sharing, dog, what is this history that she keep talking about? The way Brandon tell it, he was with this artist developing her. When you develop somebody, you got to learn all the things about them. You got to go through all their pictures. You got to look at her with her pictures of other men. That was the jealousy building right there. He was jealous of whoever this girl was and the other men that she dealt with. I gotta look at the pictures of other men, her with other men, to try to know her story. And it got so deep into these conversations, I felt it only right for me to reciprocate. So I started telling her about my wife. I started telling her about how my wife ain't shit, how I'm miserable in this marriage, how I got one foot out the door. He uses that a lot. I got one foot out the door. That means to me he still got that one foot out the door. I got one foot out the door. Or he mad that he brought that foot back in. This about her. I wasn't happy. Things just wasn't going the way I thought it should go, man. Things be hard in the marriage, man. It be hard in the marriage, right? And Anthony's like, oh, hell no. Ain't no way. If I had said any of this shit about my wife to another woman, not only would I have had one foot out the door, LaToya would have took that other foot and kicked the other one out with me. Okay? Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. And Brandon still trying to deflect and say it's Kolby's fault. She wouldn't even have known if Kolby hadn't said nothing and she hadn't revealed the info. And Russell said, well, if you're going to be mad at somebody, don't be mad at me. I'm the one that told her. He was like, well, you a big dude, though. For me, what that said, I know they was joking, but for what that told me was he saying, look her, I'm a bitch made motherfucking dude. Right? So I figured that since Kolby was a woman and she was born on my level, so I ain't want to fuck with you on that, but I can get at her. That's what he was saying. Y'all tell me if y'all heard that any differently. Anyway, you know what? Anthony, like I said, he makes my stomach turn. But it's because of the things that he says at times. Brandon makes my stomach turn because of the man that he is or lack thereof. Okay? Russell got his issues too, but I don't dislike Russell. Like I said, but I was scratching my head for a long time trying to figure out how those women ended up married to these men. But I answered that question earlier. It was the Bible. It was the Bible. And their good Christian upbringing got them in these damn situations, being submissive to shit that they don't tolerate. They don't feel like they tolerating. So we had this wine tasting event at the House of Vin. I mentioned the House of Vin in the cast video when I told y'all this is one of the places that you can go get alcohol wine. Russie and Kolby didn't come. Russell doesn't drink, so that's why he didn't show up. Now, I know I don't drink either, y'all. Never drunk a drink in my life. But I've been to a wine tasting before. I never drunk an alcoholic drink in my life anyway. But I've been to a wine tasting before. They had one bottle of alcohol-free wine for me to sample. Okay? I did do everything else. I did the looking at the clarity, the smelling to see what type of fruits and stuff I could smell and things like that. And I ate the cheese that they was paired with because they had pairings. I ate the cheese that was supposed to be paired with those wines. I didn't drink the wines though. So he could have attended, because for me, when I went to the wine tasting event, it was more of a socializing thing, more of a networking thing. And I'm really glad that my friend didn't exclude me because I'm not a drinker. You know, they found some way to still make me be involved. I even got a gift and stuff. I got my free bottle of a small bottle of alcohol-free wine. But Anthony brings up, oh yeah, I understand why he wouldn't come, because the establishment they at not only sells liquor, it also is a part bar. And he was like, yeah, he don't want to be up in no bar, no club that bring back his old glory days. He told us how he was out here sticking and moving when we was in the club the other day. Like I said, I don't know if Kristina's just playing it up for the camera, but she picked up on the word club. On top of the fact that Brandon said, making it so obvious that he was trying to hide the fact that they was at a club. So Kristina like, club? You was at a club? Immediately LaToya is like, just say yes, dog. Just say yes. Just say yes, right? Kristina always smiles right before she blows up, which also makes me think that this is like staged. If it's not staged, they had to tape this scene over repeatedly. It's so weird that on reality shows, if the camera doesn't catch the moment right when they want it to happen, they will stop them and make them do the shit over again, maybe 2 or 3 times. So it becomes less authentic when we get to see it. So yeah, like that smile, I was like, you need to do this again, child. Anyway, LaToya like, yeah, just say yes, dog. Just say yes. He still couldn't be straight up with her. I was at a venue for the showcase. When he said the venue for the showcase, that's why I said LaToya and Kristina didn't seem like they were shocked that they was doing a showcase. So then Anthony and Bravo tried to cover for Brandon ass. And Brandon was like, oh, my good sis is going overboard again. Now, he didn't say that then, or at least they didn't put that part on camera, but he was like, it was just for the showcase. It was business. I called everybody, said, let's link up. That was just probably a lie. But he gonna lie for his boy because he's trying to cover his ass, right? And I was like, Anthony is capping real hard. He is capping real hard for him. Kristina said the same thing that I said last week. She said in the confessional, why is Anthony so invested in our marriage? Okay. Well, Kristina had a friend her named Chelsea, and Chelsea decided to ask the question during the whole little blow up, like, hey, I ain't trying to be funny and nothing like that. I don't even know y'all like that. Your wine good, girl. So you already know it was a dig coming, because she told the wife, your wine good, girl. But why is your husband so into their business? Now, Anthony truly could have just left it at, I've been knowing this man for over 20 plus years. He is like my brother. I am concerned about his well-being. I'm concerned about his marriage. But then he said, you need to stay in your lane and stop acting like a little girl. I was like, wait, what? What did they cut out? Clearly, they edited a whole lot of that conversation out. Clearly. Because on our end, it seems like that was very uncalled for Anthony. Okay, like what she said did not warrant him flipping the script like that, but evidently there was a whole lot that was said because Chelsea was going back at him for a minute. You know, she was going back at him for a minute. This is where LaToya should have stepped in and said something. This is where LaToya should have said something like, "Hey, we ain't finna have this right here. I will, be respectful to me to not speak, disrespectful to my husband." But something else was said. I refuse to believe that Anthony just went haywire. And y'all know I don't even like Anthony. But I refuse to believe that they edited out a whole lot of shit that was said from Chelsea in that situation. Because Anthony went on and said, you got this little bird chirping up in your motherfucking ear. You know what I'm saying? You better check her. Get your girl. I'm not the fucking one to play with. That's where he was going at. He wasn't cussing like I was cussing, but that was what he was meaning to say. Something was missing. What the fuck did y'all edit out, y'all? I need to know. Not saying I'm Team Anthony. But he could have just left it. Like I said, I've been knowing this man for years. It's like a brother to me. And that could have been the end of the conversation. Something else had to be said. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. This has been Love and Marriage Detroit. The real name. Is it Wine, Dine, and the Drama? Something with wine and drama, child. I don't know what it is. Something with wine and drama. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a happy holiday for those of you who are celebrating. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your food. Peace out.